Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to Zombie Night Terror. Before we get into the gameplay on this one, I do want to throw a quick content warning out there. The game has an old school pixelated graphic style, so none of the stuff I'm talking about is too graphic, but the game does have quite a bit of gore in it, as well as some rough language and some adult themes. The developers have a real B-movie slasher flick sense of humor, so keep that in mind. Let's get right into it though. So, I love zombie movies. I love good zombie movies, I should say. There are a lot of zombie movies I don't care for. And I love Lemmings. And if you've not heard of this game, it definitely has some strong Lemmings influences. So we have these little story sequences. People are watching horror movies, enjoying themselves. And here's the central plot element. Obviously, if you know anything about zombie movies or horror movies, you recognize the name Romero. And it is in fact the case. A bad batch of the drug has somehow turned into a zombie plague. So, on this level, we have to contaminate 3 humans, 14 humans have to die. Or we could kill every human to hit the challenge. We're going to be trying to hit the challenges on every level. Now, I have played the first few levels just to get an idea for how the game works, so we can kind of shortcut the challenges here a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do it wrong, though, just to show you. So let's say we just infect the first 3 humans we see. We have these little syringes that allow us to dump infected Romero into a person. And oh, look at that, they've all zombied out. And if the zombies bite somebody, they die, and then they come back as more zombies, and of course you're familiar with the idea, I assume. And they get to the doors, and they pound the doors down. But the reason that this method doesn't work to get us the challenge is that there are some doors that are too thick for the zombies to get through. And you end up with people hiding on the edges of the map. There's another such door over here. Or no, there's not. Actually, I think the door to this shop is. It's just they got caught with it open. Probably a zombie started to come through before they could close it. So, that's a good idea, you know. We did okay there. We completed the objective, but we can do better. So, this is a sort of a mechanical theme in the game. If you just act without thinking, you're going to find yourself stuck, having to restart the level. So we're going to turn people who are on the edges of the levels, into zombies, so that they push all the humans toward the middle. And we'll get a hold of some fancier mechanics before too much longer. You can see the door to the shop is indeed too thick for the zombies to get through, but that's okay. We've made it so this little convenience store is not a place that anybody is safe. And then we have these guys pushing from the west. So we actually have access to a fast forward button here. We can push the action along. You can see that the humans mostly are pretty hapless. They'll just kind of stand around and scream until they get bit. Sometimes they'll run, but they won't take any particular effort to run to a safe place. All right, and there we are. Challenge complete. Yeah, if you're a person who's uncomfortable with gore, I imagine that this game is basically impossible to watch. Some more story here. Apparently this is happening in the Sims world. Everybody seems to be speaking Simlish. And periodically throughout the levels we'll get these little TVs that take the form of a breaking news report, but of course are in fact tutorials. Locals at the scene believe the bizarre changes in the populace are from a defective batch of home-cooked drugs. Our investigation is ongoing. Stay with us. So these TVs will explain new mechanics to us from time to time. So some of the humans are armed, and any human who's armed is more than a match for a zombie. Regardless of what they're armed with. It could just be a piece of wood is enough for a human to kill tons of zombies. So you can get rid of an armed human by directly infecting them, or by overwhelming them. You know, guns have to be reloaded, guys who have baseball bats and tire irons get tired, they have to rest for a moment. or you can simply just overwhelm them. So you see here, we have these arrows that allow us to control the way zombies behave when they reach staircases. And similarly, we have these symbols that tell our zombies whether or not to bust down doors. It is totally possible to strand yourself by busting down the wrong door at the wrong time, or by sending zombies up the wrong staircase. You have to be very careful about these things. The game really rewards forethoughts. This guy has a weapon, and I'll just let you see. He will totally annihilate those zombies. Obviously, we want to get the challenge here, which requires us not to lose any zombies. So, we're going to be spending our supply of infected Romero, turning the humans who have the weapons first and foremost. Alright, we want to get through these doors. This guy has a weapon, we'll just go ahead and turn him now. These two up here are also armed. And here we have a container of infected Romero. If one of our zombies touches the container, it gives us a couple more syringes to spend. Alright, we're going to not break this door open yet, because if we did, this guy would execute a bunch of our zombies. Instead, we're going to turn this staircase so that they can go up. I do wish that the fast forward speed was a little bit faster. So the zombies run up here. We don't want to turn this staircase yet, because they have to hit this wall, come back, and then come over here to grab these people. And you can see we got 3 syringes from that container, which I believe is enough. Yeah, we're not going to get any more, but the 3 syringes is enough to complete the level. But once again, we head up. We may as well just... Actually, I should have had them break down this door quite some time ago. So, actually, we will change all these arrows to redirect our zombies after they finish turning everybody, of course. Redirect the zombies over here. This guy is going to be a problem if we don't turn him. And then up here we can see something interesting. I don't know exactly how long it's going to take to start. Alright, apparently it's still going to take quite a while for our zombies to to catch up. Alright, some violence is starting to occur. So, here we go. Humans are having some kind of typically inane conversation. If you watch B-horror movies, you're familiar with this sort of dialogue. And, of course, as befits the hyper-violent world of... Oh, no. Okay, our zombie did not get killed. I turned those two quickly enough. The zombies seem to be able to endure 1 hit. They should be... There we go, breaking this door down. Yes, so sometimes the humans will turn on each other. We can rely on the humans to behave in hyper-violent ways, because again, we're in a zombie movie. And now, if we had allowed this staircase to remain pointed up, or if we had not turned this arrow to point down, our zombies would have broken through this door and fallen, and it turns out this is a lethal fall. It kills the zombies. So we have to be careful of things like that. We have to look before we leap. And here we get a little background into what's actually going on. I really like the animation in this game. I think they've done a fantastic job. And it turns out this is all some kind of drug trial. And somehow these guys can't hear all the zombie noises that we can hear. So now we're seeing another couple of elements here. First of all, let's pause the game for a second so I can talk about this. Devices that power things. The door is held shut by the generator. We will set the generator to be destroyed. Our zombies will go up there and wreck it. And this, with the 1 above it, indicates that if 1 or more zombies stand on this floor, it will collapse. So you can see here, the zombies will run over here, smash that. It really looks like an amplifier. Smash that amplifier up good. And here you you get a good example of what exactly it takes to bring down a guy who has a gun. So his pistol has 6 shots in it. It takes forever to reload. Alright, and we're about to get our first mutation. This is the only mutation that I've unlocked so far. So what we got here is the Overlord. The Overlord is a super zombie who can control the movements of other zombies. And if you've been thinking, hey, SB, I thought you said Lemmings. This game doesn't seem very much like Lemmings at all. Well, this is gonna make things look real familiar to you. So, this mad scientist has removed part of the floor, but we can set this guy up, and he basically functions like a blocker in Lemmings, except he's unidirectional. You set a direction, and zombies can move through him to go in that direction, but he'll stop any zombie who's moving in the other direction and turn them around. Also, he looks horrifying. And the TV here, of course, is going to explain to us the thing that I just explained to you. This is April Fox at the scene of the outbreak with breaking news I can totally read. We're beginning to understand what affects the zombies' behavior. Certain so-called overlords seem to have gained the ability to control other zombies. As the brain-dead generals of this relentless attack, they seem to be steering their ghastly minions toward the path of greatest destruction. April Fox, ZNT News. I don't know why we need to do a sign-off every time. But in some levels, all we have to do is get zombies to the exit, which, again, makes it feel a little bit like Lemmings. A lot of the Lemmings stuff, I think, comes from the fact that you apply these mutations the same way that the rolls in Lemmings were applied. So we're going to get here our first barrel of DNA. Turning people into Overlords, or whatever these two things are. I have not gotten far enough in the game to see that yet. Costs DNA. And then you have special abilities over here that you can apply to the zombies that also cost DNA. So this allows us to burn a zombie, and it gets rid of them and gives us some DNA. It's just it's 3 DNA for a normal zombie, more for a special. And oh yeah, April Fox. I gotta click on these earlier because I'm just telling you what she's gonna say. Observers here have seen certain infected individuals spontaneously combust in a ball of green flames. And I do think the graphics of the game are pretty simple, but I do think the green flame effect is nice, the way it casts light onto the zombies nearby and stuff. We're not sure what this means, if anything. If anything changes, you'll hear it here first. Yep, so smash up the electrical things, follow the scientist. This is pretty straightforward. Alright, create an epidemic and kill 25 humans, and also find the secret drug stash to get the mission done. So the secret drug stash is over here. All we have to do is get a zombie all the way to the end of the level, basically. Should be pretty straightforward. Now you notice we didn't start with any infections, and that seems to be the case quite frequently. We have to earn our... Oh, I didn't notice how nice the lighting effects are with the zombies casting shadows and stuff. So a lot of our zombies are going to get stuck down here. Well, these ones who get up go this way too. So we'll have to infect one of these guys to get those two done. Now we don't have to kill everyone on this level, but every person that we bite obviously is one more zombie that we have access to for nefarious plans. So I want to turn a couple of our zombies back down. Not a huge number. Just, alright. So you'll see this will break as soon as there's 3 or more zombies on it. Alright, and this will break as soon as it's walked on, and we'll have zombies moving through the underground as well. Because if there's one thing I think a zombie plague should be, it's thorough. So you see the guy with the weapon just got completely overwhelmed. This guy with the pistol is going to be in just as bad a shape. Oh, he's got a friend though. Alright, this is fine. This is not a big deal. Our zombies down here are going to help us get all this extra Romero. Now you see these mines. Actually, I'm a little concerned. You seem to be all together. Yeah, that's no good. I need to separate the zombies that are down in the underground. I need to have them come down there in waves a little bit more. The other thing I could do is just direct all of the zombies to the underground, I suppose. Since so many of them are going to get thrashed up here anyway. That's something to think about. We can play the first part of the level in fast-forward mode here. I definitely still want to send them up here. Get these guys. Alright. So the game has some pretty good music, I think. I like it an awful lot. And like I said, I really think the animations are spectacular. The individual sprites are quite simple, and I don't really think that impressive, but the animations are so good. Alright, we're just going to send everybody down here. I'm curious what happens. It's important that we be spread out a little bit because of the way the mines work, and I think just the horde will be good enough. Now we could, and I think the intent is that you use an Overlord to turn your zombie. Actually, you know what? These doors are the thick kind. Yeah, we have to use an Overlord to turn our guys around. Because I don't think that we actually can get through here. But we get to destroy quite a number of their mines anyway. Alright, so we'll bash our way through here. I don't know, will these guys come running in? No, it looks like they'll just wait there. Alright, so we'll be able to take over this building fairly easily. Alright, I am going to destroy this door. Okay, that was a net gain of 1 zombie. I don't care if this woman gets infected or not. And obviously, we do not want to destroy this door. In fact, if that guy wants to remain out there, that would be just fine. So how many more people do we need? Quite a few. But we're about to have access to quite a bit of Romero. I like this guy sees all the zombies. He fires a couple of shots in the crowd and he's like, yeah, I feel like I've done my part. I don't need to do any more. This poor woman is having the worst time. She doesn't even get the sweet embrace of death. She has to stand here and be horrified by this thing over and over again. And it is pretty horrifying. Alright, so we're about to lose basically all of our zombies, but we got 4 syringes, which is enough to convert all of the weapon holders, right? Well, at least all these weapon holders. Alright, so if we finish off all of the humans on a level, it does the auto-complete, otherwise we have to hit finish here. But we got to our objective, and we got the bonus mission completed. So good enough. We're getting pretty close to the point where I have not played through anymore. So this green barrel contains some kind of explosive mixture, obviously. For some reason, we're able to assimilate that into our zombie DNA. And of course, we continue to get some nice little movie vignettes. So, kill 18 humans, destroy a van. One of those goals is way more impressive than the other. Alright, so we're going to do some fast forwarding here because I want my zombies to hit that wall and turn around and come back and get this. Alright, we want to go through sort of as a group, at least as a wave. Here we have a dude with a shotgun. Clearly, needs to be turned manually. So in proper zombie hunter fashion, dudes with the dudes with the shotguns are a real threat. This guy is freaking out, and he's left this poor couple tied up in their apartment. One thing that will help you get rid of enemies with weapons a lot is that they can only pay attention to one direction at a time. So this is April Fox with a terrifying breaking news update. Certain zombies seem to be evolving into walking bombs whose explosions have the potential to inflict serious injury to people, not to mention structural damage to everything around them. The police department urges the populace to avoid direct confrontation with any zombie, especially if they are ticking. Michael Bay's new movie? You know, could be. Viral marketing, it's a big deal these days. So this costs us 3 DNA every time we use it, and it does this. You'll notice that it flings our zombies around. It doesn't seem to kill them. And I'll show you right here. We'll do this on one guy who's right on top of another guy. See, the zombies fly. So the police and the bank robbers are having a bit of a thing. I guess this is not a bank. The police are the safe robbers anyway. Actually, I don't know. Are zombies that fall from here going to fall all the way through? Also, I really like this scene of them shooting at each other at point-blank range and missing for like 40 seconds. Alright, we're not going to go out there, obviously. It sounds like a death sentence. Although... Okay, there we go. I was going to say, although, you know what? Maybe it's not actually that dangerous. And you see there, it works sort of by Walking Dead rules. Apparently everybody's infected, and anyone who dies will become a zombie, no matter how they died. This is our van. So what's going to happen here? Are we not going to be stuck? Can we open this door? No, we're totally stuck. We can blow the door open, though, with our fantastic zombie powers. Alright, so we pick up 1. Who do I want to turn? We have a guy with a stick here. Oh. How about we turn this guy? Having a fierce battle over here. So, we're gonna be ready to blow this guy up. Alright. Detonating the zombie in such close proximity to humans kills them all. We can show Baseball Batman who's boss here. And then detonate that cracked wall. Alright, obviously, we're not done yet. There's the little manor of this van to deal with. So if we just take advantage of our exploding zombies, we can keep these dudes at bay. Oh, we killed the last of the humans before we destroyed the van. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll play the whole level back on fast forward mode. This is definitely something we can do. So we do not need to lose quite so many zombies to Shotgun Man this time. Obviously, I wanted to show off how dangerous the shotguns are, but we can just go ahead and infect this guy right now. So, I've been a big fan of zombie movies for a long time, and the thing is, I'm actually... My relationship with horror movies is a little complicated. This is kind of unfortunate. We didn't get the explosion stuff before getting to deal with that guy. Basically, I really like certain kinds of horror, and I really don't like other kinds of horror. And part of it has to do with the fact that I'm basically a big baby with an incredibly overactive imagination. It's not that I find the movies themselves scary, like, in the moment, but I have a tremendous ability to terrify the crap out of myself for no good reason, you know, later at night after seeing the movie. Alright, so we're gonna go over here and get the Romero. This time we have a zombie inside the building already, which is interesting, but I think Handgun Man is going to be able to deal with... Yeah. I think we made the right call last time by infecting Disco Stew up here. Apparently that fall is far enough to kill those humans. And remember, any human who dies in any way, zombies out. So we just gotta detonate a couple of zombies. This is kind of tricky, though. I'm gonna intentionally not kill that guy until we've broken the van. Okay. There we go. I mean, we don't have to mess with it. Oh yes, I have a tremendous ability to scare myself late at night, which means that certain horror movies work for me better than others, because there are certain kinds where I can't scare myself with them later. Zombie movies, I never think of zombies in my apartment. But something like The Ring had a real effect on me. Anyway, moving on, to this video game that we're still playing. You can see we got some more, an evolving situation here. Scientists are now cautioning that zombie evolution appears to be accelerating. I don't know that evolution is really the right word for what's happening here. Early analysis now points to the existence of what experts are calling a self-immolating zombie, which can sacrifice itself to provide a DNA boost to the horde. This is April Fox, ZNT News, saying talk to your loved ones now because you won't want to do it when they're shuffling toward you with their empty, dead zombie eyes. Solid advice. April Fox is catching on to this stuff a lot faster than a lot of people seem to be. So you see every level it looks like we have to find our mutations all over again, which is interesting. I have not yet gotten to a level late enough that that's been a problem, but I can see it being an issue. And then we have our oh, I'm out of DNA. Nah, it's probably nothing. Don't worry about it. Alright, so down here we have an Overlord canister. And what the game's going to show us here is that the Overlords explode much more violently than the other zombie types. We can roll this one a little faster. Alright. We're getting word of sightings of what people are calling exploding Overlord zombies. A simple mathematics here. These abominations explode more forcefully and over a larger area than any zombie we've ever seen. Also, authorities would like to remind people that the outbreak is well in hand. Yeah, so the value of a horror movie is not based on whether or not it's going to make me scare myself in the bathroom later that night. Oh man, is there something behind the shower curtain? Can I bear to open the shower curtain? But there are some things about horror movies I feel like just... I don't want to use the word cheating, because I don't want to imply that they were successful. Basically, jump scares. Jump scares are not horror. I can go into this at great length. I can talk about this for hours. But I'll try to focus on the game a little bit. Alright, find a way out of the underground passage. This is the first level I have not yet played. So, find a way out of the underground passage. Challenge, kill every human. So let's have a look at this before we go crazy. Presumably the zombies are coming in through this passage. So we have a thing here that is controlled by this power. Wait, is that right? It's held closed by the power? It seems like I would not want to... Okay, no, it opens just now. Alright, so we have to destroy this power thing to restore the bridge. We have to make sure we do that before any zombies fall over, so we'll have to use an Overlord. This is going to need to be that way. Well, actually, I have to be careful here. These two humans have to die, and I can't have more than 5 zombies standing on this at any time, so I'll have to just channel a few through like this and then turn it again. Once we've got everybody moving, get all these kills, and then the zombies can fall through here, or just walk back and come down the stairs, I don't care. This is going to be interesting. I think what we'll have to do here... there's a staircase on the other side, but this is one of those doors that's hard to get through. We might be able to come through from this side. I don't know that I've seen a black door before. It might not be actually different. But we could probably kill at least one of these guys by setting an Overlord up right on the edge of this and then blowing him up and flinging his parts across. And then we've got some guys here where clearly we have to blow through weakened floors and stuff. And there's some guys down here as well. This is... okay, this is going to be a little tricky. We'll figure it out. We're going to get there. So first of all, welcome to the level. Oh, right, I have to blow the door. Which means sacrifice. It looks like actually we're probably going to be doing a lot of sacrifices here. They gave us a lot of spare zombies. It really does feel like Lemmings in some ways. Yeah. Listen, I have a lot of things to say about horror movies. I may have just as many things to say about Lemmings. I played so much Lemmings as a kid. I had a copy of... I had the worst version of Lemmings 2 on the Sega Genesis. Let me tell you something. A Genesis controller is not an ideal interface for that game. But I must have played hundreds of hours of that thing. In part because a Genesis controller is not a good interface for that game, and the levels were really hard. Alright, so we'll channel just a couple of guys up here. So it looks like there's security cameras that, a little more dialogue. Yeah, it's probably a unicorn stampede. That seems likely. The funny thing is, wasn't this guy one of the ones who ran at the beginning? Like, he knows that there is actually a zombie outbreak on. Oh, alright, let's turn this guy before he... oh no, he broke it. Well, shoot. Alright, well, we'll turn one of these guys into an Overlord and give this idea a shot. So, I guess it doesn't really matter. Go ahead and go through it. Alright, let's see if this works. Yep, totally works. You're beating somebody with a chunk, and oh, that guy's a problem now. Sacrifice him, get the DNA back. So, we must be able to get through this door somehow. Oh no, I might have had to blow that guy up while he was still over here after being turned. Yeah, let's make sure that we can't get through the black door before I restart the level, but I think that's that might be a restart right there. It is a little bit of a shame that they move so slowly. Yeah, alright. We don't necessarily have to get every challenge, but I feel like the reason people come to this channel is to see games get broken, is to see me figure things out. And what good is this guide going to be if it doesn't show you how to get the challenges, right? So let's burn somebody and detonate somebody else, because clearly we care very much about the lives of our little zombie soldiers. May as well go ahead and set all these now while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, if you've never played one of the old Lemmings games, I would strongly recommend them. I don't know exactly how one gets a hold of them in this day and age. They might honestly be abandonware by this point. I'm not sure that the company that made them even still exists anymore. So, listen, I'm not telling you to do anything specific, but you know, do what you gotta do. Figure it out. They are definitely worth your time. Although, prepare to be frustrated. It's possible that this game will get to that point, too. I really don't know enough about it to know either way. Alright, so we want to turn this guy into an Overlord, then detonate him. Oh wait, and then we need to sacrifice somebody so that we have the DNA necessary to detonate this guy. There we go, which gets that guy. So, one of the things about this game seems to be it's very big on allowing you to lock yourself out of a victory after restart the level, so we had to be thoughtful. It's not a bad thing to be, you know? Alright, so I think clearly the plan is detonate a zombie here to kill this guy, which will have him come across and kill that guy. And then one of these two can get overlorded right here and blown up to catch those guys, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. So you can see the explosive radius is insufficient. This guy's gonna have to be an Overlord. I guess we don't really need a bunch of zombies up here, because we're gonna have to blow through this wall to get them. The exit is over here. Oh, I don't have enough DNA. There we go. So it seems like you gain 1 DNA every time you kill a human, in addition to the DNA that you're able to find throughout the levels. So we probably want to Overlord both of these guys. Does that seem right? And then Overlord explode one of them here and one of them here. And then allow us to get this couple and this couple. So you here, this way I guess. And you here, doesn't really matter. And then we're going to need quite a bit of DNA. Alright. We have to wait for that woman to come back, I think. Because if we blow him now, this guy's going to fall. And there'll be no way to get her anymore. As soon as she walks over the cracked floor. Oh, they're not actually going to be useful. Well, I guess that's not true. I could have one of them blow up and walk them and do this from below. In fact, I think there's no good reason for me to do this thing. Because his explosion radius... Well, maybe when he explodes his... Okay, yeah. The parts of him fall down and do enough damage. Although now I just have like a bunch of zombies in places where they're not really useful. I did not think some of this stuff all the way through. So we'll just sacrifice a couple more zombies. Mostly because exploding them is kind of fun. It's a gross, perverse sort of fun. Alright, so we do the same thing with this guy, right? He should be able to, once I get a little bit more DNA, should be able to, yeah, damage both of them, which will allow them to turn into zombies and turn those 3. Alright, and then I'm actually a little bit low on zombies in this main horde, so I think I want to burn these guys up here for DNA. I need to leave 2 of them alive, because I have to blow up 1 to kill the door, and then 1 of them has to make it out here. I think this guy is an unaffiliated zombie, it looks like. I don't have direct control over him. Alright. Well, let's figure out dealing with these guys down in the subway tunnel before I do anything with those guys. So the first thing is finishing this wall off. Alright, so we need 1 more explosion through there, and we're going to need a little bit more DNA, I think. Because this is definitely a long enough fall to be lethal, but I have a plan. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work. Basically, my plan is to ignite some guys while they're falling, in the hopes that they explode at the bottom before they take lethal fall damage. It could work. But that's interesting that they have a little bit of ability to like safe fall and climb. All right. You lot need to get over here. I could try to turn one of them into an Overlord in the air, I suppose. Actually, I'm gonna... Alright, here we go. So just try to grab him in the air. Oh, okay. I think I moved him with the explosion, like, to the side, so he did not maintain lethal falling momentum. That's interesting. Alright, are you gonna hit this wall and turn around, or are you just gonna walk off onto the train tracks? Okay, good. So I don't actually want to blow the door until these humans are dead, because I don't want the level to end prematurely. I'm not sure that's a thing that would happen. Also, that is straight up the poster for Django Unchained. Like, they didn't change anything about it. That's interesting. I would have thought that that was maybe not okay from a legal standpoint. Oh, okay, so once we make contact with him, he becomes one of my zombies. Alright, this is all stuff that's good to know. So once our shambling dude gets his way out of here, makes his way over to the exit. Alright, we're killing it so far. I imagine there's going to come a time when these aren't quite so easy. But that's okay, we're going to figure them out together. Hey boss, it's Miguel. Oh, maybe this guy's the... We're at the headquarters of the drug dealer. Yeah. This is a pretty classic zombie movie plot going on here. And these guys with this firing guns through this little murder hole, this is going to be tough to deal with. I think we're going to have to do something like this. Oh, he just shot the Overlord in half before I could even blow it up. I'm going to try to do it a little bit faster here. So pause. Yep, and he's already an Overlord. Well, that sort of worked. I think it turned one of them. Oh, okay, hold on. I want to back this up, but I totally see what's going on here now. There's a thing of Romero up here. Can we blow this guy up and just... Yeah. So we get the Romero, and we just turn him the old-fashioned way. But hold on a second, hold on. Let's think this out. So we got another guy up here out of another murder hole. There's one over here. There's one over here behind some kind of blockade that he's built out of chairs, it looks like, which is interesting. Another blockade. Wow, there's a lot of guys. What were my missions? Kill all the people with guns. Okay, well, if we turn this guy, he's gonna fall off and grab us that. And this guy has a shotgun. That was the extent of the calculus I did there. Shotgun man cannot be allowed to live. This guy's done for because he's surrounded. Yeah, they tend not to survive very long once they're surrounded. So this guy will have to be turned, or else he's just going to kill us through the murder hole. And I think that's going to be necessary to make sure that guy goes down. Alright, and now that this has happened, we can get this this batch of Romero down here. Oh, that only gave us one syringe. I guess we turn this guy? Just to not have to deal with him executing us as we tear down the barricade. I don't know, tear this open, whatever. Alright, looks like this guy is just we're gonna overwhelm him, I think. We do have one more... Yeah. We do have one more syringe, which I think we're probably gonna have to use on one of those. Okay, and hold on a second, there's a power cable. Okay. I don't 100% understand the meaning of a power cable running from a door to a camera, except that the camera controls the door. And we saw the camera on the last level, or 2 levels ago, turn red when the zombie moved into it, so I guess don't move a zombie into this or the door will close. That's the way I'm choosing to interpret that symbol. So we want to be careful about how many zombies we have on the upper level, because we don't want to move more than 4 at a time, but we want to get over here and get this Romero. Alright, don't open the door. I guess we're also going to have to be careful not to blow the door up accidentally. Okay. So we're going to direct everybody back down here and try to keep them down here. We only want, like, 1 zombie. We only need 1 zombie up here to handle this. I may be being a little bit overly safe here. But, you know what's worse than too safe? Not safe enough. I want my Romero. Because that means... Now we can turn this. Yeah, that means that we have 2 shots for 2 remaining guys with guns. Is that right? I can't turn the boss directly. Well, actually, you know what? I think I can do this with just 1, right? Because I can do this, and then as soon as he turns, blow him up. Yep, there we go. Take this. Ooh, there's kind of a lot of landmines in this passageway. And then we can turn one of these guys, the shotgun guy. Oh. Oh no! Okay, well, I guess we lost. But we lost in a way that gets us some unique dialogue, I guess. Or no, that's... Yeah, Gunmaster Challenge failed. We left a guy alive. Alright, I'm going back for him. So we have to be a little bit more efficient with our syringes because we have to have 1 more than we had there. So I, at some point, turned somebody who didn't have to be turned. And I trusted my zombies a little bit more. I'm pretty sure shotgun guy has to be turned, though. Alright, that guy almost certainly has to be turned. But we might be able to just overwhelm this guy. Because he's just a pistol dude. Yeah, let's try it. Pistol guys are not too impressive. They get those first 6 shots off, but it takes them forever to reload. Yeah, okay, we totally didn't need to syringe him. Okay, well that's going to allow us to complete the level, I would think. Complete the level with the challenge. Can he even shoot us positioned like that? I think he may have locked himself on the staircase in a way that definitely kills him. Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate for the AI. So I have to be careful. I have to make sure I get that. Hold on. Let's not have anybody go upstairs just yet. Let's gather everybody up. Alright, so I have to be sure that I get that. I have to syringe this guy and blow him up, and then I syringe those 2 guys, and we win. Alright. Yeah, you know what? This can be a 1-man job. 1 zombie job. 2 zombie job, maybe. Actually, even the 2 zombies that I sent up might be more than, Oh, damn. You do have to hit the syringe before, or the explosion power before they take their swing, apparently. Seems to be very important. Alright, 3 zombies will do. So let's fast forward this. I just want to make absolutely sure I get this and that nothing crazy happens. Alright. Easy enough. And then we syringe this guy and spam the explosion button on him. Alright. Okay, both the gun guys are dead. Ooh. I think probably we can't kill the boss, is what I'm getting. Oh, he fled. Yeah, I think we probably can't kill him. Okay. So I think that'll count as a success on the challenge. Oh yeah, we can skip this. Yep, okay. You cannot kill the boss, apparently. Alright, well I think that's going to do it for this episode. This episode of Zombie Night Terror. Ooh. Some very classical zombie movie stuff coming up ahead. Come back next time. If you're enjoying the series, please leave a like. Leave a like. leave a comment, subscribe, you know, all the YouTube stuff. And we'll see you next time.